The eCom Seller Summit was created to prove that with the right tools and training, anyone and everyone can make money in e-commerce. So many people want to try their hand at e-commerce, selling on eBay, Amazon, Shopify, and more, but they're afraid they won't be successful. This summit will show you that there's many ways to do e-commerce, and there are many platforms you can explore, because e-commerce really has no limits. It really can pay your bills, and e-commerce never sleeps. There's nothing like waking up to profits from getting sales all night long. My name is Nicole Whitlock, and this is the eCom Seller Summit. Hello, awesome. Nicole Whitlock with the eCom Sellers Summit, and today our key feature speaker is Michael Weiss. So Michael is with Dropify, and I'm always glad when we have the opportunity to talk because you can use Dropify for many different things. And I'm gonna let Michael go ahead and take it away. We're just like kind of stumbling through this right now because it's a little cold here. I'm in Texas, and so I apologize for that. But Michael is amazing. I want you guys to know that. And Dropify is an awesome tool. I use it for my Shopify store, and he's going to tell us, of course, some of the benefits of that. And we're also going to talk about bundling, which is one of my favorite topics. So Michael, take it away.
Well, and I think it's actually suitable that we're talking about bundling because you need to bundle up right now. Sorry, those are Canadian jokes. It's just because in Canada, it's always cold. I'm actually in my igloo right now and internet's good, but I'm going to have to go wind it up later. What we want to talk about today, guys, is bundling. Why? Is because, a lot of the folks, just to kind of give you a bit of a backstory. So if you don't know what Dropify is, Dropify allows you the opportunity to not only drop ship products that are based in the United States to your customers in a timely manner, because obviously those are products that are housed in the United States with our suppliers and manufacturers in the States, as well as we opened up a door called the Private Label on Demand plan, which allows you to do things like drop ship with your own brands on it. Now, everyone's kind of doing a form of this, one form or the other. I don't talk about just with Dropify. I mean like on their own, right? If you have a store, you're likely either sourcing it from a company with a generic no brand on it, or putting your own brand on it, or you're doing something like a print on demand feature with mugs or apparel or stationery or whatever it is that you're doing. But the problem is that everyone is working their butts off because e-com is exploding right now, absolutely exploding right now. And so everyone and their dog are trying to get in here and start up a store because it's never been easier using platforms like Shopify, and BigCommerce, even WooCommerce, and with certain plugins. Like, it's really, really easy to actually get a website up and running and that you can get, start selling some products on. But the problem is now everyone's trying to sell like that one product, right? Or they're trying to create the Walmart of products here. And I mean, there's some strategies that you can use with that. People need to have a good shopping experience. But the purpose of the shopping experience is that when they come to your store, or when they come into your atmosphere, your ecosystem that you're bringing them to with all of your time and energy and money and advertising, they come and they see one thing, and usually it's something really cute, like something that doesn't cost them like maybe $80, but it's something like, well, that's $80. I don't know if I really see the value in that. I'm probably just going to spend something, under 20, right? Or I'm going to stick to my $10 and under bundle, just because I'm on a budget. It's tough, for a lot of folks, especially post-Christmas, especially with everything going on right now.
Yeah.
And so now, because really that just comes down to value. They're willing to put money towards things that bring them value. And think about everything else that you buy in your life, right? Like, do you go to the grocery store and do you just buy one roll of toilet paper because it's, 22 cents? No, because, there's actually a lot more value if you can get a roll of get a pack of toilet paper for, 10 or 12, because your cost per is going to be going down. Is this making sense, Nicole? I know that you get this because this is your world,
yes.
Right? But
yes.
Yeah, so when you bundle, the value proposition that people should have with bundling or buying more is that I'm actually saving money, right? If I buy more, I need to be able to save money per item. This is the power of bundling. Now, this doesn't just mean that you're going to say, hey, buy two and I'll shave off a nickel, right? That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about in the sense we need to be talking about what's the value of buying something more. Now, obviously, you use an example like toilet paper or, paper towels or something like that. And, especially if your house is full of kids like mine is, that you are going to go through that. It doesn't make sense just to buy one toilet paper roll, because that's going to get done in a day. Too much information, but it's but that's the thing, is like there's a component, a value component to that. When you're talking about things like supplements, specifically to looking at what Dropify deals with on the private label side, or coffee or creams or things like that, those are consumables, right? So the concept is similar to toilet paper and to paper towel, is this is a consumable product, which means that someone is going to be thinking not something like a toy or a t-shirt, or something that they're really not going to think, oh, I have to get 3 because they're gonna run out. It doesn't work like that. Whereas, when you deal with something like consumables, it's a little bit easier to get people to buy into that. So I know not everyone here is in the consumable space, unless you're working with Dropify in the private label on demand, or you are working with manufacturers and putting your own brand in that way, the traditional white label or private label. But bundling can still work for you. And I want to talk about a few different ways that you can do that. Now, let's first and foremost talk about, when I say bundling, what is it that I mean by bundling? Well, bundling doesn't necessarily mean more of the same. It doesn't mean that you're just adding on, instead of having, if you're in stationery, instead of just having 1 pen, you're adding 2 pens, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that. It can also mean bundling different products together, okay? It can also mean bundling in services with products. So looking at things like, if you want to do bump ups on things like priority shipping, that's a bundle, right? I mean, whether you think that that's bundling or not is irrelevant, because someone was coming in buying a remote control car, and now they've actually ordered a priority shipping for $7. Right? Or for $6 for that, right? So you've bundled, and now they've added more. You can also bundle in things like services, like 1-year protection plans, or anything in and around warranty, right? So you can say 1-year warranty, 2-year warranty, 3-year warranty, right? Because you don't care. At the end of the day, the cost of that warranty should be less than what the cost of the product is, but the likelihood that person's going to come back and say, "Hey, listen, I need 10 more of these." Is very, very low, unless your product sucks, which in case you shouldn't be selling it anyway.
Sure.
But what happens with the warranty is there's things that come, and this is my first major point, is with bundling, what you first need to think about with bundling is not how much more money you can make. It needs to be, how can I use bundling to invoke trust? Okay. Right. And this is really, really powerful. So example, when I'm thinking about bundling with, again, let's come back to toilet paper and paper towels. But again, you can do it with anything. There's a certain trust factor there that if I buy more, it's going to last me longer, and it's cheaper per product. So it's saving me time. So it's saving me time, and it's saving me money. Okay. And it's saving me, stress and headache of being like, oh my gosh. And everyone knows what that feeling is when you run out of toilet paper when you need it most. Right. So, like that headache and all that stress and the time and the money component, it's saving me all that. Yes, I'm spending more money, but I'm seeing immediate value because it's hitting enough of the right points in my decision making and the reason why I'm buying this in the first place. Right. It's the same thing when you're looking at toothpaste or gum, or even if you dive into not just like even cards, if you're going to stake into stationery, if you're going to go to toys, if you're going to go to blocks, if you're going to go to Lego, if you're going to go to like masks, if you're going to do anything, right? The whole point is that if you can show enough value where it's going to save someone time, it's going to save someone money. And let's talk about masks actually for a second here, because obviously masks are enormous. They're exploding. Yes. We hit the masks. My wife and I, we opened up the door. I think we bought like 30,000 masks at the beginning of at the end of last year, right before Q4. And holy, I couldn't believe how saturated the market was in such a short period of time. Like it was crazy. It was crazy. And so now, I mean, we did pretty good with them, but now we have a bunch of extra masks. We've already made our money back. And so we're thinking, how can we do this, where we're bringing value? And so we thought, hey, you know what, instead of selling one mask at a time, and, we had scrunchies as well, why don't we combine them together? And we'll put a nice bundled pack together, and we'll piece all those together at our place, and then we'll ship it back out to Amazon, because no one's doing that right now. So then let's do that. Great. And you know what? Then we took it even further. Maybe people, they're not shopping because they want to buy one mask, because it's not enough. I don't want to go around and buy one mask, especially if they don't have a kid's version, or, something for dad, something for mom, something for my kids, something for my dog. Who cares, right? It's like, I want to put something like the all-in-one bundle. I want to buy this thing once. I want to save time because it's a sea of product and decision and options out there. If I find something I like, I want it to be everything that I want it to be. So I want it to serve me, my family, my parents, my brothers and sisters. Like, I want it to serve everybody. I want to shop once and have it cover everything, right? Especially with things like masks that I just don't want to think about. I want it, I want to put it on, and I want to move on my day. I don't want to have to put emotional or brain capacity to masks. So then what you do is you now start bundling masks together into like 5 packs, 10 packs, 50 packs, 20 packs, and then you start discounting that. Why? Is because this is my second option. So the first one is because of the value. So I'm immediately seeing the value proposition coming through there. This is saving me time, it's saving me money, and it's saving me headaches. Sorry, Nicole, I know it sounded like you wanted to have a bit of a chime in on that.
Yeah, so here's, I will tell you, when the pandemic hit in March, the first thing I was doing in April was I was sourcing for masks. Of course, everyone was sourcing for masks. But I was thinking beyond the pandemic. I was thinking beyond the closures. And so I started to see these bundles come out. And what the bundles that I had in mind was, of course, they would have 1 or 2 masks in it. It would have a pair of gloves. It would have the hand sanitizer. And it would also have like one other thing in there. And so those bundles would be very helpful for when the kids went back to school, and let's kids came into school and he didn't have his mask or she didn't have her mask. You just hand these kits out to the kids and they would have them. The kits would be great for doctor's offices and dentist offices. The kits would be great for if people wanted to go, I don't know, look at cars or go grocery shopping. Like, you would have these kits on standby so somebody could just come and you could either hand them out as part of your service. Like, let's say it's a restaurant, you hand it out as part of your service, or you could make them available so people could buy them. Convenience stores. That was the first thing I was thinking. Let's start working on putting together these bundle kits for the pandemic, because again, in April, I was thinking beyond where we were at the time where everything was locked down. I was thinking when things open up, our whole lifestyle is going to shift. Everybody's not going to be walking around with a mask. So how can you make it easy for those places where people need to go back to the doctor or to the dentist? And the doctor's office would have a stack of them to say, okay, if somebody shows up and they don't have a kit, here's your kit while you're in our doctor's office. Here's your kit when you would go back to school. Here's your kit, because you tell them that they. But again, there's going to be those people that are like, that either they don't like compliance, or, which we know those exist, or they're thinking, I didn't remember to bring it because I'm not used to bringing it everywhere with me. So that was my first thing. And then I started to see those kits everywhere. They were in Walmart. They were in, I just started seeing the idea of what I had back in April. I started seeing them in the stores, I think, as early as October, which was, interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're dead on with that, right? Is immediately, especially as a parent, you think like that, right? Like, I don't want to be sitting at home washing my masks. Like, that's stupid, right? Yeah. I would much rather, as long as like it makes sense, as long as I'm not spending an obscene amount of money. But if you think about it, those masks at the get-go, they were selling for $20, right? And then they started getting saturated, and so then people started dropping it down to where they were $5.
Yep.
And so then at the end, this is where it was so brilliant, is because if you haven't gotten to masks, like masks are like, depending on how many you bought, like for us, masks cost like 10 cents, right? Like mask scrunchie bundles that we did, I think, were 25 cents. And so the reason why that was so cool is because we had so much margin on just one mask that we were like, you know what? This is the difference between us selling them and not selling them, is we start bundling them together. So when we started putting 3 together, sure, it cost us 75 cents. For these, 3 packs, but we were able to sell those for $19.99 and destroy our competition, because they're saying, well, instead of spending $19.99 on one mask, now I'm getting 3 incredibly cute masks that are tailored for the exact same demographic. And I'm also getting these matching scrunchies. Oh my gosh, this is amazing, right? And so we killed it, right? Now, again, whether or not that's going to continue being a thing, fine. But I mean, we got 30,000 sets out and we made a killing, right? And we were able to actually, give people, a little bit more of what they were wanting, which is, I don't have to wash my mask every day. I have options every day. So again, we're talking about masks. We're talking about different elements here. The whole point here is I'm trying to get this first key point in, that bundling should save people time, money, and headache, right? If you can do that, then that is the first advantage for bundling. Second thing is the obvious one, is going to be making you more money. Now, there is going to be, when I'm talking about more money, it's not going to be making you as much money as if you were to sell each of them individually, but that's okay, because there's a couple places that you also get to save money when you bundle, okay? The first and obvious place is shipping. Okay, so for example, in Dropified, we have a truckload of supplements that you have the ability to put your own label on, right? So those supplements have different weights. So whenever we bundle things like supplements together, and this is, let's just talk about more of the same. So if I have, for example, children multivitamin gummies, well, I know that my children multivitamin gummies are sitting at 6.8 ounces. I know what my shipping cost for that 6.8 ounces looks like. And I know, because of the tiered volume discounting that we get, again, using Dropified, because we fulfill everything, I know that if I add 2 of them, it's going to be zero. There's no difference. I'm going to be charged like $3.34 for the shipping to get it to someone in 1 to 3 business days. So if it's charging me $3.34, well, that's going to get me up to 15 ounces. Well, 6.8 times or 6.7 times 2 is under 15 ounces. So I'm going to be making, I now don't have to pay shipping again on that second product. You with me? So yeah. because I bundle in the exact same box or exact same kit that gets sent out at the same time, I now have made an additional $3.34 on my profit. So when I do something like a BOGO offer, where I'm saying buy one, get one free, well, my markup is already sitting at 60 or 70% margin based off of what the industry's doing. And so if I shave that down to in half, I'm still up. Like, I'm still not just like marginally up or even break even. Like, I'm actually quite up because of the shipping costs that I'm saving as well. So for me, I mean, again, that's the difference of selling versus not selling. What would you rather get? A buy one, get one free for the exact same price of something else that you would see on Amazon, including Amazon's brands? Or would you rather buy them individually and have to think about, oh my gosh, I have to reorder them every 20 to 30 days? I would much rather get 2 months in, and that way when they're done, I don't have to worry about it at least for 2 months. Now, you can get into other realms of, 3 months and 6 months and 9 months. But at some point, people are just going to not want to buy more of the same. And that's what we have found. So one of the benefits of bundling as well is this, not more of the same, but bundling different products together. So for example, a mask and supplements, right? They go hand in hand. They're aligned. They're 2 completely different products, but I can now create a mask that has a certain design on it. I can now create a supplement, and this is just using Dropified, for example, but I can use a supplement with that exact same design on it, and I can sell them together. My mask is costing me 5 cents, and my supplement costs me $6, and I can sell them together for $29.99, right? And again, the supplement by itself, the mask by itself is going to be deemed at something like $10. The supplement by itself is going to be deemed at something around, $15 to $20. So they look like that they're saving it. This looks like a cute deal. And now there's peak and there's interest. And I've actually made more money because I can put them in the exact same box and they can ship, right? Mm-hmm. So there's perceived value that comes with bundling different products together. Like, wow, this actually complements this. And we see that everywhere, especially with things like supplements. But you see it as well with things like shampoos. Like when you think of shampoo, immediately what's the next thought you need? If I buy shampoo, I need to buy conditioner, right? Yeah. They've bundled that together. And so now if you can get a shampoo and conditioner bottle that both are equally, quality products. Now we don't do shampoo. I'm just using this as an example. Mm-hmm. Then you're good to go. If you think about soap, then you have to think about how you apply the soap. So naturally soap and loofahs, right? Yeah. Sell really well together. If you think about toys, like if you think about, again, you pick about anything that you want, right? Like, so if you're looking for, like one thing that we did in one of our toys, my wife and I, is we did a giant slime kit, right? Because we thought, well, this is a way, and again, which is another way of bundling. Instead of just selling glue or instead of just selling slime accessories, and then, putting it all in a box and helping people figure that out, we put it all into a single kit. But we also made sure that kit was something that could be reused and stackable so that people could use them for other organizational things. Bundle. When you do that, people are going to understand, holy cow, I feel like I'm getting 10 products in one, when really you didn't actually do that. They're immediately going to see the benefits. Or, oh my gosh, I had no idea that when I'm taking a probiotic, I actually should be considering taking a prebiotic. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that if I actually you know, or am selling toothbrushes, I should probably sell toothpaste at the same time, because that puts together, right? So whatever you're thinking, you got to think about what other product or products can I use that are complementary to this. And if I'm selling custom mugs, you know, with print on demand mugs that say, you know, whatever, leave me alone, it's coffee time. Maybe get a nice, what is one thing that you love having with coffee? Well, you probably don't like having tight fitted clothes and, you know, or whatever. You want to have a nice lounge shirt, or get a nice big sweater. And you know what's crazy? You can do both of that stuff, even just with Amazon merch. You can do that with, like, there are so many print on demand companies that you can do this with already.
Yeah.
But the point is bundle, 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 make money. You want to make money right now. Why? And this is the end of my second point, is you are putting so much time and so much effort and so much energy into reaching the masses with your store, your brand, your products, whatever it is that you're putting it out there. And so you're spending money and time into creating ads, into investing in influencers, into spending time in building your social media platforms, into investing into, you know, into selling in third-party platforms like Amazon or Walmart or eBay or whatever. Stand out. You have to, if you've spent all that time and energy and money getting there, you don't want to do it just so people can buy one item for $7.99. If you can get them to spend $17.99 or $27.99, and then and how you do that again is like we talked about in step one, is it doesn't have to be more of the same. You could say, hey, if you buy this, you know, get our warranty for a year for an extra $3, right? And just do these small bump up little things that you can use in your total bundle. And again, it's going to help you make a ridiculous amount more money, which is going to increase your average order value. Nicole, I get super passionate about this stuff because I don't want people, you know, spending all this time and energy and money just to sell a one $19.99 t-shirt, you know, from a design that someone else is going to eventually sell it for $10, and to start thinking about t-shirts or coupling t-shirts or shorts and t-shirts or hat and t-shirts or gloves or whatever, right? But what would you say about this? Because again, I know that you do a lot of bundling because you love it so much. Do you see a big increase in profits whenever you do your bundling?
Absolutely. It increases your profit margin significantly. And it is, for me, it's like a game. I do actually do the same thing, which is looking at, okay, if people buy this, what else would they be putting in the cart at the same time if they were physically at a store? So if somebody, you know, so around like the time the kids are going to college, not kids, I guess they're adults at that point.
Yeah.
They're
still your kids.
They're still your kids, yeah. But there's a lot of things. I make a lot of money in that window because there are things that they're buying for those kiddos or those adults or whatever that are going into a dorm. And it is a natural bundle situation. So when you think of bundles that already exist, you've got like the comforter, the sheets, the pillowcase, and all of that. Then what are other things that they're buying? Well, they might actually buy some curtains. They might buy some rope lights. They might buy some storage containers to go up under the bed. They're going to buy, like the number, I could tell you the stuff that they buy because I sell that stuff. They might buy the small refrigerator or something like that. They might buy either something that's going to be able to heat up food if they don't have a microwave. Like some will buy a hot plate. I will tell you that those, but so I call it like a dorm bundle.
Love it.
And you have like variations of the dorm bundle. They'll even buy things for the bathroom set. And then again, these kids are only going in there for a period of time, and then they're coming back home for the Christmas break, and then going back again in the spring. And then you have all these kids that are going to graduate that next round, and you have a whole nother set of kids coming in. And so I think about psychologically, if I'm the mom or the dad and I have to buy this stuff for my kids, what are the things I'm going to go to the website for whatever university you're getting ready to go to? I'm going to download the things that they recommend because they're already giving you a sourcing list. They're giving you a sourcing list. And then on the site that I have, bought the domain for, I'll go and I will list these bundles that they can buy pre-ordered. And then for a lot of them, you can just have them shipped. If you work out the situation with the different suppliers, you can have it drop shipped to the dorm. So they just walk in and just take the stuff out the box.
Yep. I love that. I think that's brilliant. And you know what's really cool about that too is the person only has to buy once on your site. I think that's the key, is that when people are looking for a shopping experience, there's two models, in my opinion. They're either going to surf your site and see what you have, but I mean, I would say nowadays that's becoming more and more rare, unless you have a killer front page. But even then, like the average time on site is going down, right?
Yeah.
And so people need to be able to get what they want in one click and get on and off and do that, not impulse, but like just not feel like they have to spend 15 years on your website to figure out what you wanted. Right. Only then in your welcome series or in your post product, email series to find out that you had another product that they wanted that they could have used or they could have gotten for free because you have spend more than $50 and you get shipping free, or we'll give you a 25% off coupon, and that would have equated to that free thing, or what I mean? And that's the thing. I almost hate that, just as a small tangent. I hate that when I go to places like in Canada here, we have places called Superstore. And so if I go to Superstore, they have these deals, right? And I think they have them at like Fry's and places like that in the States as well, where you, if you buy a certain amount, then you'll get something, right? So if you buy a certain amount, you get a sweater, you'll get a free turkey, you'll get well, not in the States, you guys are pretty serious about your turkeys. But like you'll get a free pack of gum. I don't know. Or I mean, you guys do discounts on gas and stuff like that. So when you do that, it urges you to keep climbing, right? So bundling along with something like that is huge. And especially if someone says, oh my gosh, if I got a bundle for $49.99, if it says if you spend at least $40, you get free shipping. Yeah. Done. Like it's just seeds of trust, seeds of gratitude, seeds of gamification, right? Yeah. But you're 100% right on that dorm bundle. Every parent would buy something like that because Lord knows they don't know what's going on, and they don't want their kid going out to Walmart buying all this stuff plus all the other crap that they don't need, and then saying, "Mom and Dad, I ran out of money." It's like, well, it's because you just bought a TV, right? Like,
yeah, and in some cases, it's an emotional buy because they're already they're getting ready to become empty nesters, So this gives them more time to spend with their child, less time out there trying to figure out how to. Yeah. They already told me what I needed to buy on the university site, that I have a bundle that I can choose from. This solves my problem. Now let's go have dinner and hang out and reminisce about when you were 5 years old and you skinned your knee. Like whatever it is. It's an emotional buy. It gives them time back because they're already going to be stressed out.
I love that. The last thing here that I want to talk about here, Nicole, is so we've talked about the emotional psychological part at step one, and you just alluded to it there as well. We've talked about the profit, boosts and increases, and actually the tangibles of what you would need to do to bundle and why it's going to save you money, but also why it's going to, you're going to end up making the same, if not more money by increase your average order value. What I thought we could do on this last step is we could just talk about how someone could actually start bundling today, actually take an action step, if that's all right. And sorry, to do that, I wanted to actually give an example here. So is it all right if I share my screen here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, let me see what I have. Okay. So here's my screen. I want to talk about, just because Sugar Bear Hair is such a huge brand, I just want to kind of give you an example of what this would look like. Now, guys, Sugar Bear Hair sells 3 products, like 3 supplements, right? They sell hair vitamins, women vitamins, and sleep vitamins, okay? So on their site, you can see right away they're getting your thinking into bundling, right? This isn't hey, check out our new remote control car. It's check out our it should be a kid wearing a shirt that says, Pro Racer. That's age appropriate to what you're selling that remote control car to, with a hat that says, oh my gosh, I was going to say NASA. It's not NASA. Help me here. What's the racing? NASCAR. Thank you. Sorry. Clearly I don't watch that. So that says NASCAR on the top, or junior NASCAR, whatever, something on there, right? So what you're showing is the bundle. This is the experience that I'm selling, right? If I scroll down, you're going to see that there's some options here. Now, again, these guys are pretty serious about just these three things. And obviously, when you think about supplements, you're thinking about ingredients, reviews, and a chance for you to kind of learn a little bit more outside of these two. But then you scroll down, and immediately, what are you seeing? Right now, again, guys, this is so easy to build on Shopify. Like, I literally have built this same store out to the T. Like, it is insanely easy to build this store out. I even think actually using Shopify's just natural themes, like just basic theme builders. But you can use things like Gem Pages or whatever, Pagefly or whatever other kind of page builders to actually kind of fill in the gaps if you want. But But take a look at what they're doing here. So this is how you would think about your bundles, okay? On the far left, you have to create something that makes it, shows the value of an individual product. So in this case, you would see, hair vitamin, just a 1 month, supply for $30 US, okay? But if they buy 3, right, which should be something around $90, okay, so 30, 60, 90, and we're going to actually give that to you for 80, but we're also going to throw in a hairbrush. Who knows how much that hairbrush actually costs them? But immediately you can see this is a product that supports hair vitamins. Obviously, hair and hairbrush align. Okay, so this is for 80 bucks, and so I feel like, okay, I may be saving 10 bucks, but I get a hairbrush. Third, you can now say, great, if you want a 6-month pack, now that might be a little aggressive, but look at all the amazing things you get. You get a hanger holder here for not just your supplements, but for something else. And then you can have a nice brush, obviously included in there as well, but this is for $169. Well, if I actually do this right, 6 bottles at 30 each is going to be $180. So how much money am I actually saving here? Well, I'm only saving, about 20 bucks. Okay. But I'm saving money and I'm getting more. And again, am I inclined to maybe do, $160 purchase just for myself? No. So why do you think that they did this called a gift pack? It's because they want you to think not just for yourself, but if I buy this, I can actually keep this and this. I can go in on it with, maybe my mom or my sister or a friend, and we'll each kind of take 2, and then they'll give me, 40 bucks each. And now I'm actually sitting pretty on this, right? So again, I'm not saying this is what everyone thinks, but this is just an example.
Immediately I thought of Christmas gifts.
Christmas gifts, exactly, right?
You can give it away as an additional, some supplements for a Christmas gift, but go ahead.
And this is, and that's the point, right? Is this is coming in a really beautiful package, okay? Now, granted, this is all private labels, so you wouldn't be able to do this like this out of the gate, where it all comes in the exact same box and things like that, especially if you're just drop shipping, but you can create something like this, and maybe they're just going to get it, drop shipped once at a time. Or if it's the same supplier that actually is sending all of this out to you or to the customer, then you can email them and say, hey, listen, can you put this all in the same box? And if it's all coming from the exact same supplier, then you can push it like that, which is like gold when you can do that. Same thing down here. So it's just more of the same. If you get into the sleep one, you can see they kind of change gears a little bit here. So on the sleep one, immediately out of the gate, if you buy, if you buy $29.99, I think they give you, socks here. Yeah. So I just thought this was a gimmicky thing, but if it's going to be 30 bucks, and not only do you get this, but it's different than these two, the sleep one, you get some fuzzy socks on it. And how amazing is that? But if you get the bundle, again, you can see the bundle is more expensive. Okay. So it's the exact same 3-month. They're charging 10 bucks more, but with that, you're going to be getting a sleep mask that has this cute bear thing on it and socks. But oh my gosh, they have the ultimate limited edition blanket bundle for $250, right? Well, if you think about it, this was 6 up here for $160. This was 6 up here for $160. So this is 6 right here for $250. So they're saying that like the perceived value of this is this blanket, right? But do you think a blanket is actually worth $90? No, I don't think that, but that's what they decided to do. And clearly, they're selling it. Otherwise it wouldn't be on here. Then you can sell them individually. You can price match. So if you're looking for the under 20, you have these, you have, different bundles, but this is the concept of bundles. This person has 3 products. They have 3 products and they're huge. Okay. Because they've learned how to properly bundle these 3 together. Their branding is on point. And by the way, if you are working with Dropified, you literally can do this. Like literally, you can do this. You can put different supplements together. You can bundle them together on more of the same, which is examples like this, or you could do them, different products bundled together. That's one example. So this is if you're going to be doing like multiple products in more of like a product catalog form, and you can create one page in here. Again, you have if you keep scrolling down, you'll see a bunch of testimonials and influencers and stuff like that. But this is one way that you can think about your bundles is have 1, have 3, have 6. And at the end of the day, they're going to probably be gearing towards this middle one. But I want to show you a way that you can do this even more powerful than what these guys are doing. Is if you were to look at an example like this, if I were to show you this 1, 3, and 6, okay, this is you can see the differences between here. One is is, you know, you have these banners on this one, and this is one of our customers here, and they said it was fine if I share this, but this buy 3 get 1 free. You can see this is like the angle that they're trying to get to, right? They're trying to say if you buy 3, you're going to get 1 free. So actually, you're getting 4 for the price of 3, and that's going to cost you $77.70, right? So here, this is costing them $79 for 3 and a brush. Here, they're able to get 4, and granted, these are 2 different products, but here they're going to get 4 bottles for the price of 3, and they're going to be spending less, okay? So the reason that this works is because they're trying to really showcase this middle one, right? So the first one is not overly enticing just by itself. I mean, it's cool. It has some flavors and stuff. On the right-hand side, you have a 6-bottle or a 6-month supply. That might be a little excessive for someone. So where is your attention going? In the middle, right? It's the same thing as with Sugar Bear here. Where is the attention going? In the middle, right? People might think, well, that's a little excessive. I don't need 6. Plus, that's a lot of money. You know what? I'll just spend $80 because I get 3 and I'm saving a little bit of money. Plus, I get a hairbrush, right? That's the thinking, is it's convenient and simple. I don't have to reorder, and then I'm good to go, right? Now, again, that's just one example that I wanted to show just when it comes to bundling and how to position it. Usually the way I like doing it is if you're going to do 3 options, if you're going to do 6 options, it doesn't matter how many you put in. I would probably stick to 3 because people typically think in 3s. And again, Shopify is built really nice and clean in 3s, especially for mobile, if you're using Shopify. But I would do a 1, a 3, and you can see there they do a 6. There's different strategies like 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. You can do things like upsells where it's 1, 2, you know, we can go 1, 3, 6. And if they buy 3, then you'll upsell them another 2 at the exact same discount. Like there's lots of great strategies you can think of. Why? And again, I want to come back to this. Even if you're not working with, you know, companies like Dropify, or if you don't have your own print on demand, even if you're just doing standard drop shipping, okay, like with AliExpress or anyone in the States, this still works because remember, if you do that bundling and if you put your pictures together, which again, you can use free tools like Canva to really quickly put those together. You don't need to hire massive designers to do that. If you could just get the pings with the 3D like mock-ups or with the physical images, just use them, rip out the backgrounds and putting them on your own backgrounds. Canva does a great job on doing that. I love Canva. I'm a huge Canva fan, but and it's super cheap per year too, right? If you're going up to the Pro, I think it's like only like $60 or $70, so it's super, super cheap. But you would do that and then create those graphics, make those graphics your picture, and then just put those in there. Because that way, when you buy it, when that person ships, when that order goes to your drop shipper, it's going to show that you're ordering 3 or 6 or 9. And again, most of them should be free shipping, but if they're not, your shipping cost per item is going to be substantially less, right? And your time shouldn't really be overly. Your time frame shouldn't be overly different because they're creating them all at the exact same time, unless you're talking about things like chandeliers or tables or just things that naturally take a little bit more time. But those are pretty high ticket items that you would, again, it would have longer time frames as well. But anyway, I wanted to showcase how you can actually put it on your site. You can literally create your own separate pages, put that on your front page, and just start bundling, guys. And at your checkout pages, use tools like Bold or whatever other upsell tools on places like Shopify to start throwing in, not so much, hey, other people also bought this. I mean, it's fine if you want to do that, but make it something that's relevant to that product. So I usually put things like warranties in. I usually put things like shipping in. If you buy $50, we'll give you free shipping. If you buy, if you buy the warranty, 3 years of warranty, it's only $2.99, or you start bringing down your averages, your percentages of what it would be total. So if it's 1 year, it'd be like $7.99, 2 years would be like $11.99, and 3 years would be like $13.99. Like, so it doesn't make sense for them just to go $7.99 if they can, get 3 times the amount for less than twice the cost. But again, warranty, like all you're doing is if something's broken, you're sending them a new one. So are you able to actually do that? Well, yeah, you should be doing that anyway, but it gives trust. It gives them the fact that you're a real company and that you're going to really take care of them if they have any questions.
Correct. It does. Oh my goodness. So, hey guys, I just want you all to think about this. The information that he's talked about, especially with bundles, because I love doing bundles. I'm always thinking about bundles. there is a great opportunity for you to increase your ROI. You want to think logically about the bundles that you're putting together. What makes sense to go together? What are people going to naturally, organically buy anyway together? And what other kind of perceived value can you give them by, increasing or offering some type of bundle on your page? So I know Dropify works well with Shopify. But again, those products, you could sell them on other platforms if you decide you're going to use some of the Dropify products, which I know supplements is a big thing with Dropify, but there are other things that they have in that catalog or arsenal of products that you can choose from. So is there anything else, Michael, you want to add to this regarding, I know that those people who decide they're going to upgrade or grab the all access pass, they get an amazing bonus. Is there anything that you tell them? I know that information will probably be on this page somewhere, either at the bottom or at the top of what that amazing bonus is going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, for those of you, if I know we use some examples for supplements today, again, that's just my world, but you don't have to think about supplements if you're not into that. However, if you are wanting to get into supplements, and you just you've been so scared to do it because it's just such a nightmare and such a headache. One of the things that we wanted to give just for those that upgrade is we wanted to give you access to a really, really specific challenge that we have. It's actually a 5-day challenge that we host. There's 3 of these coaches, and I'm one of those coaches as well. That I think together we've made something almost like $100 million and stuff online. And so we're coming together, and these are anything from designs to technical to advertising, specialties and niches that we've each kind of taken our own silo in. And this 5-day challenge actually shows you how you can start your own supplement company. And very specifically, we start with one product, but then it's just rinse and repeat, because you'll see how easy it is. Because all you have to do is put your label onto a bottle, and all the products have been already certified. They've been already tested. They've already been passed through CGMP and FDA. And all you need to do is be the creative, just like you would with a T-shirt or a hat or something. We teach you how to do that. And so this is a 5-day challenge that we're calling the Golden Goose Challenge. And our first run was Golden Goose. Now we're calling it the Supplement Brand Challenge because, again, it's just around supplements. So what we're doing is, normally that is something that will cost folks, oh gosh, what was the last challenge that we did? I think it was costing folks like $200, $250 to get into. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be throwing it in just for $49. We have another challenge that's coming up here actually on March 12th. So we're going to be reserving some spots here just for folks that are going to, again, only be upgrading here, and we're going to give you that super awesome offer. And so we'll make sure that link is included here, either above or below, where you can actually take access to that in the VIP area, where you can take access to that. And so, yeah, I encourage you, when you see this, join us on March 12th for that massive discount. I think it's something like a 20% or like 80% off discount that we're giving folks. But it's just 5 days, every single day. We're going to be taking you step by step. And then after that, you will know exactly what you need to do to start your own supplement company. Plus, we give you some great trial offers for Dropify to actually get this rolling in a matter of 5 to 6 days onto your existing stores and without really have to spend a dime after that. So it's pretty cool opportunity here based off of what you would see on our website normally.
Okay, so for those who grab the All Access Pass, you have an amazing bonus coming to you. For everyone else, if you grab the All Access Pass, go back and listen to this recording. Take some really good notes. Write down, what are you currently selling that you're maybe overlooking the opportunity to put together an awesome bonus or a bundle, that you could offer to your current audience on whatever platform you're selling on, or put something together that you basically already have access to or can easily acquire that makes sense, that goes together, and how you can use some of the strategies and techniques that he talked about today to really level up your game and increase your ROI, and also increase the perceived value that your customers are already getting or seeing, or will experience if they buy that product from you. So I am so grateful that we had the opportunity to talk. I'm glad you're part of the summit. I always enjoyed hanging out with you. Bundles are my jam. So I signed up for the Golden Goose Challenge, I think last time. I just step into this one and see what I can do, because I always love learning. So I believe in that. And everyone who is watching, you should always be continuing to get better at what you do. So thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate your time.
Appreciate you.
All right. We'll say goodbye for now.
Okay. See you later.